strong foundation starts with Lil Iguana's proactive prevention programs.
Hey guys, it's Courtney from Courtney Cortez Illustration. Today I'm going to show you guys how to draw Joe Jack. So Joe Jack, the shape of his head is like an oval, but the right side slopes down a little bit. So we're going to make a shape kind of like this. So that's the basic shape of his head. Next we're going to do his hat and his ears. First we're going to do a 3/4 cross section. So that means we're going to do a vertical line that's not quite cutting it in half. It's more to the left, so it's going to come down about here. And it's going to curve just like a little bit. Like that. And then there's going to be a horizontal line that's more cutting the oval in half, so about halfway down, and it's going to curve down a little bit like that. Alright, now we'll do his ears. His first ear, which is behind his head, is going to start right to the, just left of this line, and his ears are just really oblong ovals, very stretched out. And then it's going to end about there. So that's his first ear. His second ear is at the front of his head, and it starts pretty low down, close to this line, about here. And his ear curves in and then comes out into a big circular shape. So we're going to start by kind of coming to the right, and then we're going to curve back out to the left. And do a big round line on top, and then like that. And that's his second ear. His ear in front of his head has a little fold on the side, so it kind of follows this line on the right, and then it comes out a little bit, and then it ends right about there. And then both of his ears have dark blue tips on the top, so those are just curved lines toward the top of his ear that go kind of follow the top of the curve but ends on either side like this. Next we're going to do his hat. So we'll start with the top part of his hat and then do the bill. So the top part, it's going to start about here, and it's like an oval sitting on top of his head. It comes around and then comes back to the back of his head like that. And then the little circle on top for that top part of his hat. Now we're going to do the bill. It kind of overlaps this top part, overlaps the back ear, and curves around and goes behind his head. So it goes behind his head like this, it curves out, up, and down, and it ends right about here where the oval intersects with the ear. And then we're going to do the top part of the bill, which comes off of this line about here, and it's going to curve down like this, and then it's going to curve back in like that, and it's going to meet. Next we're going to do the nose, mouth, and fur. So it's going to be the bottom part of his face. We'll start with the nose. This cross section is toward the top, not really the middle. So it's going to start about here. And his nose is a weird shape. It's not quite an oval. It kind of is, but one side ends higher than the other. So it's kind of shaped like this, like a sideways C. And then there's a line that comes through it like that, and then this line turns into one side of his mouth, which curves up like this. So this connects to that line, comes around, and goes like that. So that's his nose. This is one side of his mouth. We're going to put a curved line here for the smile. And then the second part of his mouth comes off of that first part about here, and it curves back around and connects to his nose like that. Now his chin is just like a half circle that comes down below that oval. It comes up, it cuts across this smile, and then connects back up to his nose. Now we'll do the fur on this side. It's gonna be like two curving triangles and then connect back to his mouth. So the first one starts right below this line, curves out, comes back in. This one curves down a little more, comes back in. And then this is the bottom left part of his head. Now on this side, the fur is going to start where his ear ends here. So this is going to curve down like that, curve back in like that, like a triangle, and then the next tuft of fur curves down, and then another line that curves back up like that, and then this is just the other side of his head. And now we're going to do the eyes and the eyebrows. So this line is touching the left eye here. So we'll do one circle. His eyes, he has color around his eyes, so it's a circle within a circle. So the first circle is going to touch this line here, curve down. It's going to touch the line down here and curve up a little bit, and then it's just going to finish off up here. And then the second circle is going to be about that far away from this line, and then it's going to dip below this line here and then come out just past like where this bill curves. It's going to stop right about there. So then we just make an oval that follows those lines. Right about there. It's almost touching his nose. Now we're going to do the eyes inside the color, which are just going to be circles that follow that same line, but his eye is going to come out beyond that original shape of the head for this side. And then we'll do the color oval here. We'll do the iris, the dark part of the eye, and then the highlight is here. And then same with this side, we'll do a circle that follows that curve. We'll do the color of the eye and the iris and the highlight. And last are going to be his eyebrows. So the eyebrow on this side is kind of floating on the inside of his hat, just above his eye. And his eyebrows are like flattened ovals. And then this eyebrow is hiding underneath the bill of his hat. So it's just kind of a flattened oval shape that's cut by that hat and pokes out like that. And then you can go over with a pen or a marker and erase the pencil lines. Right, and that's how you draw Joe Jack. Bye guys.